for Cause de l'École every day, every Saturday from 6 p.m. to about 6:30. We do Cause de l'École, and we happy again today to do this, to be with you this afternoon. Last Saturday, I spoke about Ketanji Brown Jackson, who's a new Supreme Court nominee, and she is a class of 1988, which is my class, and I'm very proud that she is nominated. She's nominated by President Biden to become the next Supreme Court justice, and we hope that the Senate will confirm her, and hopefully we know it's gonna take long because these are the Democrats. The Republican, they confirm the nominees within 2 weeks, but of course Ketanji is gonna be going through a very rough nomination process, and we know that it's gonna take about 2 to 3 months before she gets a confirmation. But tonight we're here to talk about power grabbing and power clinging. We have a war going on in Ukraine right now, and we know that Russia invaded Ukraine. Why? Everybody's asking why. It's simple. People who have power, they like to grab power, and when they grab it, they like to cling to it. They cling to their power at any cost. And we see that President Putin is doing the same thing. And this is exactly what he did in Africa to support those dictators in those African countries who like to grab power and who like to cling to those power by killing their own people. And where do they get those arms? They get those arms from Russia. So when you have a product, you're looking for customers. And the only way you can have customers is, you have people who have the same mentality as you, people who like power like you, and people who like to become dictators like you. So, of course, Vladimir Putin has a lot of customers in Africa, and that's why we have a bunch of African leaders who are dictators who like to kill their own people to grab power and to cling on that power. So we call that power grabbing and power clinging. And of course, we know that in Haiti, when we had a dictator, they did the same thing. They grab their power and they like to cling onto it, and they cling to it by killing people, by sending people into exiles and killing people. That's why we have this type of country we have today. So when people are talking about the Duvalier era, if that was not for that era, we would not be here today. Because it was not that good of an era. And a lot of Haitian people died. They were even sold to Santo Domingo to go and cut sugar, to the sugar cane plantations. So when we talk about people who like to cling, to grab power and cling to it, they do that at any cost. And right now we have those children in Ukraine who can't go to school, right? This is the link to Cause de l'École. They cannot go to school. Schools are closed. Of course, they are about to lose this year because they can't go back to school. Not in this when there's a war going on. So now they become refugees at Poland or all these other countries in Europe. They don't know where to go. They don't have a life. So that's what power does. Power brings destabilization in a region, and we have that's going on right now, and it's we are, even though we are in Florida, we're going to be affected by that, because remember, this is one world, right? This is one small world. Whatever happened in one region impacts another region. So we're gonna have gas prices increase. We will end up having students coming from Europe to Florida. Right now, even at my school, we have students from Ukraine, we have students from Russia, and we have we hope there will not be an uprising at our school, because we have Ukrainians and Russians at our school, and right now Russians are killing Ukrainians. Of course, the Ukrainians are also killing some Russians. But what happened in one part of the world impacts another part of the world because we are one small country. So don't think that because you're not in Europe right now, you're not impacted. And as you know that yesterday, the Russians, they invaded a nuclear plant. And those nuclear plants, that's dangerous because that could impact the rest of Europe. And if that impacts Europe, of course, that will impact America because America is connected to Europe. We do business with Europe, right? And again, when you have a product, you're looking for customers. So Russia has a lot of customers. You have China, you have North Korea, you have Syria, Venezuela, all of those Eastern Europe, Eastern countries where people like to hold on and grab onto power, right? A bunch of dictators who do not like freedom. So I don't see why some people support that. Everybody would like to have some freedom. But right now, in those countries, there's no freedom. They tell you what to do, when to eat, what to wear, where to go shopping, what to do, when to go to sleep. That's slavery. This is modern slavery. It's dictatorship. A dictatorship is modern slavery. That's basically what it is. So anyone living in a dictatorship country, you are basically in a modern slavery. That's what it is. And so those people are a bunch of slaves in those countries. And hopefully they will do what Haitians did in 1803 and revolt, right? You need to experience some type of freedom because it's wonderful to be free, right? But at what cost? At what cost do you become free? At what cost do you hold on to power? And right now we see that human lives cost nothing, right? People are dying. They are bombarding villages, homes, schools, hospitals, so they can hold on to power. So something needs to be done. If nothing it gets done, this thing is gonna get worse, and more people are gonna die, and we're gonna go back to the same circle again, and we may even have a World War III. Do we want a World War III? I don't think we do because too many people will die. And it's not a good thing. When you go to war, I went to war and I know what these people are going through right now in Ukraine. Bombs falling on you. Missiles coming at you. You can't eat, you can't sleep. You're running, you don't know where you're going. You don't know what to do. You're going to a foreign country. You don't even know how they're going to if you're going to be welcome or not. You can't go to school. Your life basically changes because of a dictator who wants to hold on to power. Something needs to be done. And if it's not done, it'll be best for it to be done sooner rather than later, because if it's later, we may get to a situation that's irreparable, right? So I don't want to get too political. I think I've already gone over being too political, but as I said, those students over there, schools, there's no school. And as you know, I'm very keen into students going to school. And when somebody's schooling is affected, is impacted, that bothers me, because education is key to the future. So all of those kids over there, those people going to universities, all that has been halted because of President Putin wanting to grab and clinging to his power. Miami-Dade County Public School has a lot of students from Europe. My school has a lot of students from Ukraine and Russia. We're praying and hoping that the family members are safe, and that this war will come to an end soon. Because knowing that your country is at war, that's going to impact you, that's going to prevent you from focusing on your school, on studying, on doing your homework. And of course, that will impact everybody else. Because as I said, what happens in one side of the world will end up, it's a ripple effect. It's a ripple effect. So everybody is impacted. So let's pray for this thing to come to an end, for these students to go back to school, and for the world to stop having dictators, right? Those people holding on to power, grabbing and holding on to power at any cost. And this is, we almost, I forgot to mention that this is exactly what President Trump was trying to do. He was trying to grab and hold on to power in the United States. Of course, he got close to doing that, but that's not acceptable. It's not tolerable in the modern world. We are in a modern world. So all of these dictators need to give up power. Let your people have some freedom. Let your people be independent. Let your people go to school and learn. Let them have a chance to have an education. This was Dr. Moreau for Causez l'École. I will see you next Saturday. Hopefully I will have better news for you. And hoping something will come out this week, so we don't have too many people dying in these countries. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. Be safe. I will see you next Saturday.